All right, so let's see if I can get this to work. So we are going to talk about 6.1. We skipped it in order to do our little scavenger hunt, which I felt or hoped that y'all found it all fun and amusing. So let's look at this first. They talk about, space, and then they talk about plane. And they make a point to say that the plane is a flat surface that extends indefinitely, meaning that it like slices through space, and it's not necessarily a 3D object, but yet almost like a piece of paper that extends in all directions. A point, of course, is just one dot. There's no length or width or height. A line is a set of points extending indefinitely in two directions and is ongoing, which is denoted by these two arrows. And because this line has point A and point B, we call it or name it line AB, or we have that same sign, if you want to call it that, the line above the A and the B. And then we're talking about a line segment. A line segment doesn't have the arrows like a line did. It just stops at both in A and B. So this is how we write that line segment. A ray has a point on one side and it has the end of a line on the other, so it has arrows, meaning that it extends in both directions, or in one direction forever. An angle is made up of two rays, and where they connect, it's called a vertex. So this angle has points A, points B, and point C, and this is how we write that. Actually, this is supposed to say angle CBA. And it doesn't really matter which point goes first, whether it's A or C, but it does matter that point B goes in the middle. So it's asking you, what is this? This is a ray because it has one point and then it extends on forever in one direction. This is a line segment. This one's a line segment because it has two specific points. And then this is a line because it extends in both directions forever. We're going to start talking about angles. A straight angle, we're going to look at this one. A straight angle is a line, but we can measure the distance between one point to another point, and this distance here is 180 degrees. So a line is also considered a straight angle, which would have a degree of 180. Now, when we talk about right angles, it's always going to have this box. This box right here is what tells you that this is a 90-degree angle. And that means that it's at a 90 degrees. It will measure at 90 degrees 100% of the time. Acute angle is an angle whose measure is between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. So it's going to be smaller than a right angle. And an obtuse angle is going to be larger than a right angle. So it's going to be between 90 and 100. It's actually over 90 and 100. Complementary angles, these are two angles. These are two angles that have a sum of 90 degrees. So angle R and angle S are complementary because when you add this angle 60 degrees and this angle 30 degrees, you get 90 degrees. So the sum of angle R and angle S is 90 degrees, which makes them complementary. Supplementary angles have a sum of 180. So if you have two angles that add together that gives you 180 degrees, those are considered supplementary angles. So angle M is 125, angle N is 55 degrees. So when you add them together, you get 180 degrees, which makes them supplementary angles. So it asks us to find the complement of 62-degree angle. The complement would be 90 degrees, because a complementary angle is 90 degrees. So if this angle is 62 degrees, we're just going to subtract them. And when we subtract 62 from 90, we get 28 degrees. So the complementary angle to this angle is going to be 28 degrees. Uh-oh. Now it asks us to find the supplement. Supplement means it's going to add up to 180 degrees. So if we already have an angle that's 121, we're going to subtract that from 180 and get 59 degrees. So the supplementary angle to 121 would be 59-degree angle. And that's because supplementary is going to be 180. So, we have reached the end of this one. We will talk a little bit more about this in class. I hope you have enjoyed my recorded lecture. And the best way to ever get me to do something is to tell me that I won't do it. Like the boys told me that I would not, 3-to-1 odds, that I would not record this lecture. And guess what? I did it. Bye.